Hey, Nick Carver here, and I'm in the Alabama Hills Recreation Area just outside of Lone Pine, California. Now, this is a beautiful area right at the base of the eastern Sierra Nevada mountains where you have some amazing rock formations of granite boulders just seem to be all piled up. And a very beautiful location. But I've come out here for 3 days to take some photos, and I've brought my large format field camera with me. This is a 4x5 field camera. Shoots negatives that are 4 inches by 5 inches, which gives me ultra high resolution. And I've brought black and white and color film with me. I'll be using black and white mostly in the late morning and early afternoon if I end up shooting in the daytime at all. And then I'll be using color pretty much at sunrise. And with it, I've brought my 6x17 roll film back, and that's what this is here. So this actually goes on the back of the camera and allows me to shoot negatives that are 6 centimeters tall by 17 centimeters wide for a real wide panorama format. And again, I get very high resolution in that beautiful wide view. And the Eastern Sierras here are they're perfect for doing panoramas because they're pretty horizontally oriented landscape anyway. This is a pretty difficult item to use. It's all manual, it's heavy, it's slow. I have to advance the film manually, I have to meter manually, I got to do everything without any help from any electronics in the camera. And lots of possibilities for doing things wrong with this. So lots of opportunities to screw up, but hopefully I won't on this trip. But I will be camping in my trusty 4Runner here. I'll be rolling out the bed just in the back. And I've brought my mountain bike with me. The mountain bike allows me to scout locations, cover a little more ground in a shorter time period, because scouting is probably one of the most important aspects of landscape photography, especially with one of these cameras, because these cameras are very slow to set up, and once you set up a shot, there's no moving it once the light gets good. You may be able to make some minor adjustments, but getting to a whole new location, trying to figure out a shot in 15 minutes, ain't gonna happen. So I need to scout the location very well, get very comfortable with the area, figure out my spots to shoot in, and then I'll set up my camera and wait for the light to come to me. Alright, so we're gonna head out, scout a little bit. Just checking around the area around the campsite. I'm just looking for some good spots where I'll be able to set up my camera for sunrise tomorrow morning. And it'd be nice if I didn't have to go too far. The later I can wake up, the better. I'm not big on waking up early, despite being a landscape photographer. So I'm just checking around the campsite here, and I'm looking for a good foreground. There's lots of great rock formations here, and looking for a good foreground to place in front of the beautiful Eastern Sierras in the background. So I need something to kind of balance out that beautiful background. So hopefully we can find something. Let's take a look. Without the hindrance of a heavy backpack carrying all my camera gear, I was able to explore the area around my campsite in search of the perfect composition for the next morning. The Alabama hills are just strewn with these huge granite boulders that have some really wonderful textures and shapes to them, and I knew those would serve as a perfect foreground element for the Sierra Nevadas rising in the background. Within just a few minutes walk of my campsite, I found a really great location where I plan to come back the following morning and shoot some color panoramas at sunrise and some black and whites a little later on in the morning. Well, it's sunset now. Sun has just gone behind the Eastern Sierras, and based on the cloud cover, I actually think it's going to be pretty beautiful sky. Now, since the Sierras are backlit right now, they're pretty much going to go into silhouette, but I actually think that's going to create a really beautiful composition because it'll bring out just the shapes of the Sierras there. And I'm going to go for a real simple kind of graphical composition here. I basically want the Sierra Nevadas to go into complete silhouette, so they're just a black outline, and then I'll be capturing exclusively just the color in the sky. And it's a very wide shot here, so I'm going to be doing panorama. I'll be doing 6x17. So got my 4x5 here. Just get this all set up. And this is when I break out the big guns, the photo vest. Nerdiest photo tool on the planet. but very effective, so good thing no one's around. After the lengthy process of setting up this shot, it was just a matter of waiting for the light to change. This photo came out very close to what I envisioned in my head. The rich color palette of the sky here created a real nice background for highlighting the jagged shape of this mountain ridge. Since the eastern Sierra Nevada mountains really look best under early morning light, I wasn't anticipating taking any sunset shots on this trip. So getting this shot was a nice unexpected bonus for me. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video series when I head back out at sunrise to photograph these mountains at first light.